The economy continued to add jobs, not at a blistering pace, but at a dependable rate. In addition, the unemployment rate inched up, but, as we'll explain in a moment, that is not necessarily a bad development. Hello, this is Bruce Steinberg of SteinbergEmploymentResearch.com reporting on September 2016 U.S. employment trends. The Current Population Survey, or CPS, but commonly known as the Household Survey, reports the unemployment rate inched up 0.1% to 5.0% in September. Although the labor force expanded by 444,000 in September, there were 354,000 more employed persons, as the total number of unemployed persons rose by 90,000. In addition, there were 207,000 fewer people considered as no longer in the labor force. One explanation for these movements is that as more people feel better about their job prospects, they get off the sidelines where they are not considered as part of the labor force and become part of the workforce. So despite 354,000 more employed persons in September, the unemployment rate incrementally rose because so many of them entered or re-entered the labor force, but not all of them were able to immediately find a job. The results from the Survey of Businesses, officially the Current Employment Statistics Program, or CES, but more commonly referred to as the Job Surveyor Report, showed an increase of 156,000 in September, which was slightly below expectations, as well as August's number of 167,000. The private goods-producing sector was up 10,000 jobs in September, and that was in stark contrast to August's loss of 25,000, which in turn was in stark contrast to July's growth of 14,000. So it was up to the construction sector to build up the goods-producing sector, and it did so to the tune of 23,000 more jobs in September after declining by 5,000 in August. And perhaps the draining and cutting of jobs in mining and logging has stopped, with no job losses but no job growth either. In September, it was flat, which was the first time the sector did not experience job losses in almost 2 years. The private service-providing sector gained 157,000 jobs in September, which was slightly off August's growth of 169,000. The retail trade sector saw a gain of 22,000 jobs in September after adding slightly less than 21,000 in August. A year ago, in September 2015, it was up by only 6,400. The professional and business services sector put in a respectable performance with a gain of 67,000 jobs in September after adding only 31,000 in August. Job growth in computer systems design and related services was 5,400 jobs in September after adding 6,400 in August. The education and health services sector added 29,000 jobs in September, with its highly seasonal educational services subsector up 7,200 jobs. Home health care services was up 5,800 jobs in September, which was much healthier than the growth of 3,500 in August. Hiring in leisure and hospitality continued to wind down, with an increase of 15,000 in September that followed a gain of 21,000 in August and growth of 36,000 in July. The total number of government jobs was down 11,000 in September, which was a change of direction from the gain of 23,000 seen in August. In September, the federal government was up 4,000 jobs, state government was flat, and local government was down 15,000 jobs, with a vast majority of the decline occurring in local education. Growth resumed for temporary help services, with an increase of more than 23,000 jobs in September after taking a pause in the previous month with an incremental gain of only 1,000 jobs, initially reported as a decline of 3,100 jobs in the previous jobs report. In September, there were 2,945,100 temporary help services jobs, which was a 0.8% gain from August and up 1.9% year over year. Temporary help services made up some previously lost ground in terms of market share, that is, its portion of all jobs, and is now 2.03% in September, or more precisely 2.0347%. That is better than August's 2.02%, or 2.0208%. A year ago, in September 2015, it was 2.0314%, but just at the end of last year, in December 2015, it was 2.0567%. Although some may see the September rise in the unemployment rate as a bad omen, it was only an incremental increase and more reflective of a greater number of people jumping back into the labor pool because they felt good about their job prospects. And unfortunately, not all of them were able to secure a job, but more than 350,000 did. coupled with the trend that both the labor force participation rate and the employment to population ratio incrementally rose in September, as well as the average work week increasing, with average hourly earnings rising by 2.6% over the year, this all points to signs of a healthy employment economy. This has been Bruce Steinberg, and this is just a brief sample of the employment data and analysis we provide.